Hey, welcome to photo share number 315, last day of May 2020. I'll go ahead and post the link in the YouTube. It's already in the Facebook group, so there, hope everybody's doing well. Last week of May, last day of May. We start June tomorrow, June 1st. So going by fast, even with the whole pandemic thing. Things have seemed to go a little slower the last few weeks just because of all the stuff that's been going on. But it feels like it's starting to maybe speed up a little bit now. Now that things are starting to open up and, well, I won't say get back to normal because we're having all those fun protests here. So that's kind of adding some interestingness to the news coverage. But we are, officially into summer now. That is for sure. We passed Memorial Day, and weather is turning. Humidity is ratcheting up a couple notches here this week. Supposed to get very humid, mid 80s and humid here in Atlanta, which is pretty much means we're going to be in summer. I think from mid part of this week all the way through through September. So, welcome to summer, like it or not, here we are. So, it's been an interesting week, kind of societally here in the U.S. All the stuff that's been going on around the murder of George Floyd up in Minneapolis, and all that stuff that's going on there with the protests and the violence and the anarchy and stuff that is going on not only there, but in a lot of other cities too. So here in Atlanta, we've had a couple nights of stuff. Friday night was worse than last night. Last night had some stuff, but the police and National Guard had they kind of stepped up their game a little bit and made the announcement that here's curfew at 9, and we're not going to tolerate any. We're not going to tolerate anything. So they made, I don't know how many arrests they made here, maybe 60 or 70. There was still some looting, still some things broken into, but not near as bad as Friday. So I guess that's good. And apparently there's going to be more protests tonight, just like there are most other places in the country, Minneapolis, obviously, and then other cities. So we will see. As what seems to be happening, they start off peaceful with people exercising their right to gather and protest, and once the peaceful protesters leave or wrap up what they're doing, we get the anarchists and the thugs and the hoodlums and everybody who is there for no other reason other than to just cause mayhem show up. So that is kind of the way it's been going here, unfortunately, with protests, but don't see it going away anytime soon. That's for sure. Hey, James.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I have a different drink today.
You do? That looks like some kind of pina colada or something.
No, it's 1 banana, 6 strawberries, and milk.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm drinking the alcohol you didn't drink in your drink. Banana, strawberries, and milk. That's good. So it's like a smoothie then, huh?
Yeah, well, I just come off my walk, spoke to my neighbours, and I was going to come in and have a cup of tea, get ready for the show.
Okay.
And then I looked at the bananas, and I thought, I'll have a smoothie.
Okay. Well, that's good. It's probably warm up there today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is warm. But I'm not waiting after the walk. I mean, so I just come in. How you doing, Wes?
Good. How are you doing, James?
Good.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, and I got Dennis popping in. Hey, there's Dennis. How's it going, Dennis?
Hey, what do you think of this? This morning I had a notification from Facebook saying it's someone's birthday, that the person I knew. So what do? You react and say happy birthday. I got a reply this evening from a friend that knows the person, said she passed. And I thought, fucking hell.
Oh, man. Yeah, that.
It was an automatic message saying happy birthday. So it reminded me, one of those reminders. So you have to be careful with those reminders. Are you talking to a live person or a dead person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unless somebody goes in and I guess you can, if you when you do leave this earth, somebody can go in and claim mark you as passed, and then they'll have just automatically switch to a memorial page or something like that. Wes, isn't that?
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I hope not to invoke that feature for quite a few years yet. So.
Yeah.
I'm hoping another 40 years at least before I.
After the show, I'll give my friend a call and find out what happened.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, unfortunately, they did pass, and nobody updated their Facebook account. So that is now part of the new estate planning protocol. When you have a letter or you put something together that says, "Here's my my executor. Here's a person to help be my power of attorney if I'm financial and here's my social media coordinator when I pass." So,
I think that's the last thing on their mind, actually.
I think there's also a way to set it up where.
what were we gonna say, Wes?
I think there's also a way to set it up where it like pings you like once every few months or something. And if you don't respond, then it marks you as deceased.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I don't know. I'll find out later tonight.
You've got to opt out of being dead, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, it's actually something we didn't really have to think about until a few years ago, really. But it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've come across Facebook pages. You have people that are deceased, and the page is still there. LinkedIn too, LinkedIn profiles and that type of stuff. So.
Yeah, I got an email from a guy who he said he'd been mugged and could I lend him a couple of £100 till he gets home, and he died a year before that. So there's obviously no communication between the other side. They didn't know,
I need a couple £100 so I can get out of purgatory. I need to go one way or the other here. Come on, help me out.
Yeah. So they said, yeah, he was on holiday and he got mugged and lost all his money. I thought, yeah, this must have come from Nigeria.
Nigerian prince writing you to ask you for money.
Yeah,
to help.
that's it. Yeah.
Help
Yeah,
him
what
in
the other
his
one-
humanitarian efforts.
You won a lot of money, but you got to pay the tax first. Yeah.
Yeah, and go to your nearest mega store, Walmart here in America. Go to Walmart and get cash cards, and then send them to me at this address. Then we'll give you your money.
It's funny, like some things that are obvious to us are not that obvious to the older people, though.
Yeah. I was just going to say, people fall into that trap, and they enough people do that they still keep doing it, because if they didn't have success, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And all they need is that tiniest, percentage of 1% basically to do it, and it makes it, it's a profitable venture.
Yeah, well, I knew it was a scam when knowing the guy died the year before.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing. You got email on the other side. You never know.
His name wasn't Lazarus then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name wasn't Lazarus. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Wes, I'll ask you. Well, James, have you guys had some? You had protests in Charlotte last night, didn't you?
Yeah, but I turned it off.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I mean, say protest. I'm all with that. What the policeman done is wrong. So they have a right to protest, but to destroy things and that's not right.
No.
At these times and that people are struggling to make ends meet, right? And they don't have jobs and everything like that. And then people making it worse by raiding people, like looting and all that. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Go protest in the park. Go ahead. You have every right to do that. But you shouldn't have every right to bloody.
Oh no! Yeah, that's the thing. Well, the peaceful protesters start off, and then the anarchists get involved and see it as an opportunity to cause chaos. Did you guys have any trouble in Gainesville, Wes?
I haven't verified this, but supposedly somebody tried to drive into a crowd of protesters here, and he pulled out a gun apparently, and I don't know exactly what happened.
Wow.
There was
there
was a big protest here yesterday as well.
Okay, are they going to have one tonight? Are they having one scheduled tonight?
I don't know.
Yeah. yeah. We've had 2 nights of protests turned violent. Last night wasn't near as bad as Friday night. Friday night was, well, it made the national news, I guess, along with everybody else. But yeah, Atlanta has typically been fairly peaceful as far as protests, but it didn't end up that way Friday night.
The other thing they're looking at, like they know the guy's going to get convicted in that, but it's what sentence he's going to get, because you have these murder things that have different scales. And if they get one where he gets off in 3 years, they're not going to like it.
Yeah.
If you get one where it's 20 years, then it'll be better. So it really depends on what they're going to charge him with.
Yeah. Well, it's looks like Joe is testing out. You see that EOS webcam utility beta?
Yeah, they finally released it for Mac now. So
Yeah.
What is it then?
Have you tried it, Wes? With your?
I still haven't tried it. I keep meaning to do it, but yeah.
No, apparently it works. I've got this little Canon cheapy camcorder that I use for some, and apparently it was supported, but I checked and it didn't show up on the supported items. So I don't know if it's in there or not yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I downloaded it and then it didn't connect. So I guess it wasn't supported.
So what is it then? Just a webcam or something?
Well, it's a utility for Canon cameras that allows it to turn into a webcam. So continuous streaming, basically.
You can use a DSLR or mirrorless camera as a webcam.
Yeah, which is cool. All right, so there's Joe. We see him. Can you hear us, Joe?
I can hear you. I'm not having a lot of luck.
Are you using the software now? We can hear you.
No, I'm.
Okay.
It's on the Mac. It's just kind of, it makes it native sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just saw it probably a half hour before your show, so I've been trying to find a tripod out of one of my millions of them that will fit. So I've been scrambling, and then I only have one. It takes one of those USB 3 special cables. So, well, my camera does.
USB-C? The USB-C one?
See how it takes one of those that's shaped like that?
With a little notch in the middle of it?
Yeah.
It has the extra. Yeah.
It has that little, yes. At least my camera. My camera takes one of those. So I didn't have enough time to. I have never connected my camera to my computer, and that you have to tether it. And I haven't connected this one. I used to connect my 40. I used to tether my 40D, but not this one.
Okay. And
so I don't know where they're at.
You got the 7D Mark II. Is that what you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
So it's I can see it right now. If I'm shooting tethered, I just can't figure out how to do video.
Okay, how to stream,
So I have to go back and read the instructions, actually.
Yeah.
Did you try putting it in live view?
Yeah, live view goes to, so I'm trying to, I have the actual camera settings on the camera to video.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going back to the instructions right now as we speak. So
that's not on, Joe. Guys don't read the instructions.
I know.
Yeah, I thought that was strange.
You've got to hand in your guide card now, Joe. You're reading the instructions.
I know. It's like, wait, what is that? What are you talking about? What is that? Well, first I'm Googling instructions.
We'll give you back half your card then. Yeah, you can Google, but you can't actually open up the manual and read it because
I have to
everything.
Speaking of Google, guys, I got a nice little gift today from Google.
Oh, that's right. You got free stuff.
I got a free Nest Mini.
Cool.
In the YouTube app, it opened up, and whenever I opened up the app, it literally said, "We would like to send you a free Nest Mini," and I was like, "Huh?" Yeah. So here it is. I just got it today. I followed the little link that they gave me, and It
Oh.
went right to their shop.google.com, and I picked my color. It had the code already automatically in there, and completely free. I didn't
They didn't
cost
want
me
you to
a-
go to Walmart and get some prepaid debit cards and
Right.
send it to Nigeria or anything. Okay.
Right. Yeah, and they sent it FedEx.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with it. I'm a total Echo house here. I've got let me give you try. Okay, I've got, let's see, 2, 4, 6. I got 7 or 8 Echoes in this house.
Wow.
No, I've got 9 Echoes if you include my Echo Link. My Echo Link is actually technically an Echo.
Well, now Echo has somebody you can talk to.
I know, right? Yeah, has a friend.
Yeah.
Does it
Hello,
does it come
Hello, Alexa. Google.
with spyware?
I didn't. You guys talked over each other.
Oh, sorry.
Does it come with spyware, Joe?
You know what? I'm sure it comes with spyware. I mean, why else would they send it to you free?
Exactly. Yeah.
You've already been monetized.
Yeah, I'm already being peeped on by Amazon and Jeff Bezos. I mean, why not?
You think your camera is not working, but it's really working.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's really working.
It's
Exactly.
really working. Yeah.
Yeah. This is
cool.
interesting. So
So
it's in there.
It's trying to get you to switch sides, Jerry. You got to switch your alliance.
I know. You imagine that after all of this. Yeah, that'd be kind of.
So if you've got 10, well, I guess you're counting like your Amazon TV and that type of thing. You've got more Echo devices than you have rooms in your house.
Yeah.
Well, I got one in the bathroom. A bathroom, of course. You got to have one in the bathroom.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
There's one in. What I find handy about them is the fact that no matter where I'm at, like right now, if I think of something,
Mm-hmm.
I can just say it. Like Alexa, add grapes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I put grapes on your shopping list.
See, boom.
There you go.
Grapes are now on my shopping list. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, just so wherever I'm at, I could say something like that. Add a reminder, or what time? Where's my packages? Or tell me a joke, or read something to me.
Yeah. How many do you have? Like, you have quite a few of them. Do you have to have them equally spaced apart, or because it's like a network form? Can they be any distance apart, or what?
Yeah, you can have them right next to you. You can have them on top of each other if you want. Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, if you went up, like, I don't know what your house is, if it's a ranch or a 2-story. If you went upstairs, would you have to have one up there so they can hear you, or what?
No, I mean you can put them wherever you want. I mean.
But the microphones are really. We have one in our living room and one in our kitchen, and there's about 20 feet between. So if I stand in the middle, exactly in the middle, I can activate both. But if I move a few feet one way or the other, it seems like it's maybe about a 15-foot range, unless you really talk loud. But I stand in the living room, and it'll only really activate the living room unless I unless I aim my voice into the kitchen and talk a little louder, then that one will come
Do you
on.
have to set them up like a network, or you just plug them in and they all connect?
It's amazing, man. You take them out of the box, and you'll see the little yellow ring go around.
Oh, I've got one myself. I've got one.
And it depends. So when you order them, if you've already got an Amazon account, they'll send them to you with your information pre-installed, which makes it so much easier to set up.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it's still not that hard, man.
This has got all your banking details on as well.
You can. You can. You bet. Yeah.
You're making me feel so inadequate here. I have to get out the seat and turn the lights on.
Oh, Alexa, lights off.
That's what I do. When I come in,
Alexa, lights on. Yeah. That's how it works in this house.
And my Echo Dot here says I didn't find a device called lights.
Yeah. Alexa, office on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexa, office 50.
Office/basement dot doesn't
See?
support that.
See, mine says office/basement dot doesn't.
Now, those special lamps you're using there, Joe, or what?
Yeah, just they have to be Wi-Fi enabled and compatible with your voice
They're
assistant.
special bulbs so that you can go 50, 75, or 100%.
Right. Yeah, they need to be dimmable. Some just are, some are just on and off. But,
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to do that in the basement listening room. I'm going to get dimmable lights. And
Oh yeah.
is there an Echo connected lava lamp? That's what I need, a lava lamp in the listening.
Oh yeah. There is.
Buy one of those plugs. One of those-
Actually, James, quite a few of my hold on.
I think if you want to use a lava lamp, you're going to have to wait for 30 minutes before the things start working.
If you can use a real lava lamp, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was listening to an album. I don't know. Have you? What is it? Porcupine. What's the name of the group? But there's
Pine Tree.
yes, Voyage 34. Have you listened to that one, Wes?
I'm not familiar with that one. No.
It details of the 34th acid trip. The first 33 were good. The 34th wasn't good. So it goes into detail about the 34th voyage.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and it's very Pink Floyd-ish as far as yeah.
But James, I've bought a lot of these little Wi-Fi sockets.
Okay. They look like Casa. They call them Casa or something.
They're just little plugs.
Yeah,
And-
well, the way I've got mine set up, I've got two lamps, and I've got the Echo, and I've got the two plugs, each for a lamp. Then when
Yeah.
I go to bed at night, I get in my bed and I say, Echo, bedtime, and the lights go off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I have these on hand, as you can see. This one's still in the box. So when I buy a new lamp, all I got to do is plug it in, and next thing you know, it's a smart lamp. A lot of lamps, all I need them to do is turn off and on. I don't need them to dim and do
If you want something actual dim, you've got to get a dimmable bulb that's Wi-Fi connected. Yeah.
right. But most of the time, like I just bought some new lamps this weekend, and like I said, I keep these on hand, so I just plug them in, and so now they turn off and on immediately, just like that. You know what I'm saying? And these are Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. But this one, it connects to my. And this is the thing too. Some of these devices have different capabilities. So the ones that I have in here aren't a hub. The ones I have in my kitchen are the big Echoes, and I have a stereo pair. So in here I have a stereo pair of the dots that look just like this, but they're Amazon. And then in the kitchen I've got the big ones that have better sound, and all that, but they're also hubs. So anything that I have in the house, they can act for a hub too. And then you get this is a funny thing. Google and Amazon have come so far with these things that I use the Google Home app to actually make a lot of these things work together.
You use Google Home to tie all the Amazon devices together.
Yeah, it's kind of so between and then your regular Amazon app there.
Yeah.
So between the both of them, I can control quite a bit of stuff. So
Yeah.
If you got all that stuff, does it ever get confused?
yes.
Especially if you got them in rooms next to each other. Yeah.
I currently have, because I have every single door and window and everything also connected. So I recently have my entry. Oh yeah, I guess I shouldn't say this, but I have certain doors in the house that have sensors on them, of course. And I am constantly these little wireless sensors that you can buy for $20, $25. You hook them up, and all they are is a magnet. All they do is, boop, boop, boop. You could connect them to your refrigerator door. You can connect them to any door you want, cabinet door. I have mine hooked up to actual doors so that I can tell when I come in, when I walk in the door, certain actions happen, right? The AC goes to a certain temperature, when lights get turned on, fans get turned on, all these sorts of things, right? When I leave, the security system gets turned on. All these things happen, right? My garage door will open. All these things happen. I have that kind of house. I'm that kind of nerd, right?
Yeah.
So lately, they get turned off. They go out of sync. You know what I'm saying? Which literally, I have a water leak sensor, which is actually what kind of got me started on all the door sensors.
Yep.
Because a friend of mine had a water leak in their house, and if they'd had a water leak sensor, they could have helped. You know, they could have went home and
Getting the flood. Yeah.
done something. So that there's actually some really good things. If at a minimum all you get is a water leak sensor, I would recommend it. It kind of sucks because you're going to spend money on something to put under your sink, and best case scenario, it's a waste of cash, right? But if you get a water leak, at least it senses water and you can do something about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are putting those next to the water heaters.
Yeah, that too.
They put the pan underneath the water heater, and they put a sensor in there, and then when water gets in the pan. Now I just want to know. I'm gonna wait until they get it smart enough so when you walk in the house, you say home, and it does all that stuff, and it has a martini waiting for you when you get to the table. That's what I'm waiting.
Yeah, the martini part is tricky. I actually
I'd even be happy with a craft beer.
Mine's geofenced, so when I get inside of a certain area, it starts certain things, right? So when I leave my geofence, it turns off certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I have smart sprinklers as well, so it just goes on and on and on. Yeah.
Now you need to hook that up to your camera, and when you bring models in for a shoot, you can just sit there and say,
Speaking of,
take photo.
With all this virtual stuff that's happening these days, there's literally I don't know how it works, but I've been seeing some of the models that I have worked with, or some of the ones that I was talking to possibly work with. Starting in last week, I seen these virtual photo shoots, and I'm like, how does that work?
Virtual. So they set up in front of a camera and then you interact.
I have no idea. I don't know how.
It's like a high def Zoom conference or something.
I don't want to know. I'm like, that doesn't sound interesting to me at all. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that work? Okay, dog. Put the aperture at. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does this work? Like
F4 150th of a second, and increase the strobe on the left to 88%. Okay.
What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? How does that work?
Well, that's like American Idol. They all did their own taping at home. They shipped them the lights and that, the ring light.
Mm-hmm.
They did their, songs at home.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but it's just. I can't honestly imagine what that would be like. I honestly can't.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. But I was reading. You hear all those Zoom meeting conference screw ups. That's kind of been a meme of people doing stupid stuff and not knowing they're on Zoom. I saw one where a lady, her kids are doing homeschooling, so she has 3 kids. So her routine is to get up in the morning, get the kids set, each kid is in a different part of the house because they're different ages, and she gets them logged in. And then she goes in and takes a shower. And then one day she went in to take a shower, and she comes out of the shower, it's a separate master suite. So she comes out of the shower, nude, and then dresses and everything. And she came out of the shower, and while she was in the shower, her daughter had moved from the kitchen to the bedroom and was, doing the virtual school. And she came out of the bathroom, and she heard on the computer, I think we're in trouble. It was her 7-year-old daughter. And she had just walked in full, fully nude. And the kid's like, turn off the camera. I think we're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So maybe that's how the models are doing the virtual shoots now. I don't know.
They're because it's my art nude model, so I don't know how that works. I really don't. I don't care to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even not even vaguely interested in a virtual photo shoot. That just sounds like stupid to me.
Yeah. It's you got the social distance photo shoot, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any that, but that's the latest. You know, that's I don't. It, you know, the problem is too. Some of these photographers
there's Frank.
are their biggest fans. Like
Here I am.
Okay. Hey, Frank, how are you?
oh, hey Frank.
Doing all right.
Welcome. Glad you could make it.
Yeah. I'm glad to.
How you been? Good? Healthy? Well?
Yeah. It's been it's been one of those months, I should say.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You're in
Like
you're in
a yay,
California.
I won the lottery month, or what kind of like is?
No. I really don't want to get into it too much, but it was probably the worst last couple of months of my life. Just put it that
Oh,
way.
it's hard to hear that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, glad you're here today, and it's been a strange couple months for everybody. That's for sure.
Yeah.
With all the stuff going on, so it's been interesting. But this is one of those things that I'm glad we've been doing, and we're able to kind of get together over this, because it's been a good resource, I think, for everybody, just to kind of be able to connect and just talk and enjoy each other's company and have a little fun and learn some stuff in the process, maybe.
Yeah, I really enjoy being able to help anybody or express my opinion. I know I've got years and years of experience in photography, and as a lot of you do cumulatively. So I learn from you guys, and hopefully I can share something in my brain with you that's new to you too.
Well, good. Yeah. Well, glad you could make it. And we've been Joe's been talking about doing a virtual model shoot. He's debating whether he should do a virtual model shoot over Zoom, I guess, right, Joe?
Yeah, not much of a debate, but that's what's happening.
How would that work? I mean, what would that be like?
Exactly.
We were wondering about that. How would you do that?
I don't even. The second I heard one of my models, mention it on Instagram, I was like, no. And then I looked at her comments, and these guys, there are a lot of these models' biggest fans, really. You know what I'm saying? That oh yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, sign me up. What's the fee? A fee? What? I should be charging you. What are you talking about?
Yeah. They found a new side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're calling it a virtual model shoot, but yeah, I don't know. It could be.
My first thought is, how the hell are you going to control the camera? I mean,
Yeah. Well, maybe kind of,
iPhone or something, you can control it on your iPhone and it does it, and then you can tether it.
no,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about perspective and composition and juxtaposition of one thing versus another. How are you going to move the camera? Obviously, it's not going to be fixed onto a tripod. I don't know. We have remote access to a drone and have the drone flying inside the.
that would work.
Drone.
Yep.
Of a drone, yeah, that could work actually. You get a little battery powered drone, with like a 1 hour battery charge, and then you could just control it with your phone, and you have a light on this. Yeah, you could a gimbal with a light on it. Yeah, you can do
Why
it.
not?
Totally
Sure.
doable.
If you have 4 phones, you can catch them from either side.
Yeah,
Or do what they did in the Matrix. Just have a circuit or a half arc of just a row of Nikon D6s with 24 to 72 8s on them, like 15 or 20 of them. Just there you go.
yeah, that would be.
I'm sure Wes can donate some cameras.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's been interesting how everybody is trying to innovate on whatever it is they do and try to accomplish the same thing in this this new reality of social distancing and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm actually just tired of it to the nth degree, to the point where I just don't want to do it anymore. I mean, I want to shake your hand, and
mhm.
come what may. I'm just so damn tired of it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I mean you just can't stay holed up until we get a vaccine. That's going to be another 12 months away at least, probably. We're probably looking this time next year probably before there's some kind of vaccine that most people can take. So what do you do between now and then? You just be smart, but you got to interact. I mean, and that's
you take a look at the statistics. And if you're below 60 with no underlying or pre-existing conditions, you almost have a statistical chance of zero of actually having something serious.
Yeah.
But 85% of the people have it and don't even know it. I mean,
yeah, that was the thing that was interesting to me, was that the percentage of people that they think are asymptomatic, that have it, and their body, they get it and they get well and they never even know they have it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just like, if you could say the same thing for how many people actually right now have a cold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the symptoms.
I think it's with every illness. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a chunk of people that get it, right, and they don't feel any different. But I mean, while they have it, they're still technically able to transmit it to other people. But from their point of view, they don't know any different. They just feel the same. Nothing changes. And they go through their cold. People do that with the flu. I mean, people get super, super mild cases of the flu, where they may have a cough and a headache for a day, but they don't think anything of it. But technically, they're still contagious. And,
sure they are.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with this. I mean, it's but they're finding out that I think there's a large number of people that have it and don't exhibit any symptoms on their own for their own person, but obviously they're still contagious. So, but what's interesting is the percentage of people that have had it that have been asymptomatic, and it's well over 2/3 of people that have. It seems to be like I think it's 60 or 74%, something like that. It was like 70% or something. People that have it supposedly are asymptomatic. So all this stuff, getting hospitalized. I mean, obviously, if you're older and you've got underlying risk factors, I mean that changes the calculus a little bit. But
severely,
population as a whole, you've got 70% of people that have it and don't really even know they have it. Maybe they feel like they got a hangover one day or something and they're back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other 30% is where all this stuff is coming from. Yeah.
Strange statistic. I heard 88% of people put on ventilators ended up dying. So I'm not sure what that means at all.
But yeah, there's been some other stuff about the age. If they're over 75 or 80, then it's like 88%. If they're under that, it drops down quite a bit. But once again, it ties back to age.
Right.
And that's the danger. If you're in your mid 70s or 80s, and especially if you've got an underlying condition, you've got to really be careful.
Yeah. But it also depends on the person too. Like my dad, he was 80 and perfect condition. I mean, he didn't die of COVID, but it was pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
I mean, he got it, and within a month, gone because it had metastasized. But if he had gotten the virus, I don't think he would have had a problem because he was so incredibly active. I mean, he has his garden. He's always on the rototiller, shoveling and doing so many things. He was very well fit.
Yeah.
So it really depends on a lot of different factors. I think just saying age is a bit incorrect way of looking at it.
Yeah. Well, I think there's been a lot of people, the people that have been in nursing homes or that type of thing. So they're older and they've got something else because they're probably in more of a full-time or partial nursing care. That's really the
right.
thing.
Right.
It's just, they're learning stuff all the time. So
I think as a culture, we're going to be much more mindful of spreading our our germs. A couple of years ago, I took a class in Windows NT, or not an NT, but it was a Windows Server. That's what it was. And the guy sitting next to me shows up and he's sniffling and he's wiping his nose, and I look like, God damn it! Why are you coming to this class sick? And he's not even wearing a mask, nothing. I mean, let alone coming here. And of course, I get it, and I'm out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think now we're going to be more mindful of spreading our germs. I mean, seeing people in Asia and Japan constantly wearing masks, it's no longer going to be a novelty for us. It's not going to be so strange. I understand why they're doing it now.
Yeah, that's one thing that they have been much more ready to do is, during flu season and that type of stuff, you see a lot of them are wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably going to become, for maybe not, I don't know if we'll adopt it as much as them, but I think that's going to be part of the, that's going to be added into things now, especially during, once we get past this and they get a vaccine and it's kind of lumped in with all the other stuff that happens during flu season.
Right.
You're going to see more people wearing masks when they're out. Yeah.
It'll be part of the new normal, as they say.
Yeah. They'll combine whatever vaccine they come up with for this with the flu vaccine, and you'll get you'll get your flu and coronavirus vaccine. And
But take a look at Japan. I mean, they didn't lock down at all.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the problems that the rest of the world, or a lot of other parts of the world did.
Because they're more used to it, or they've just got culturally, it's easier for them to adopt that social distance, those protocols, wearing a mask and
right. I would imagine it's pretty hard to social distance in such a small, densely populated country.
That's part of the reason they do it, because that's why they work, because it is such a densely populated. They figured, okay, well, most of this stuff is transmitted via breathing and respiratory. So what's the best way to at least not eliminate it but limit it is to wear a mask. So
right, as they say, you don't wear the mask so you don't get sick. You wear the mask so you don't get other people sick.
That's been the people that are in this, well, like when you go into a store, the people that are working in the store 10 hours a day, and they're in that enclosed space and they have hundreds of people going by them. That's really the benefit.
I think so too. I think it's both ways.
Now you, Joe, I mean, as part of you've had to wear a mask a few times, right?
Yeah, just
like making deliveries to customers and that type of,
So medical supply places, Walmart. When I deliver to Walmart, the big distribution center, they make me wear one when I go there. I went to another medical supply place. Friday, I think, and it was Friday, and they had me wear the other blue one, which was a lot more comfortable. I've been wearing the white kind of cupped one, and that one.
N95, the big heavy.
Right. The kind of official one, if you will, and that blows. You know what I'm saying? But
well, not really. It doesn't blow real well because you got.
Exactly.
You have to change the way you breathe with that because it is so constraining.
It
can be claustrophobic for people too. I mean, people that are
That little blue, real thin one was a lot more comfortable, but I still don't. That
one, and we've got some cloth ones that are basically the same.
Makes for a good slingshot.
Cotton cloth,
My union came around and gave us some nice cloth ones as well, and the company actually someone donated as well as they purchased a bunch of them as well. Those are the days when it was really hard to get one. So
we got ours from a place that they're hand sewn. They're like 2 layers of cloth with like elastic sewn on, but you buy 5 and they make 10 and they donate 5 to healthcare, and then you buy it and you get the 5 for yourself.
I've had a box of N95s for years in my garage, and I don't know. They say they have a lifespan. I don't know how they would have a lifespan, but how does a piece of cloth degrade over a few years? I just don't understand that. I think it's just a marketing way of selling more masks.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's that little respirator section of it that is supposedly fairly high tech as far as what they make that out of and how it does what it does, and apparently that goes away. I don't
have to take the word for it, so
yeah. But yeah, it's been interesting. Yeah, we've been we've got our little masks that we wear when we go into the stores, and we just wash them. We just do them with the laundry. We do it with the laundry once a week, and it doesn't feel unusual to wear it now. When you go, I don't wear it when I go out for a run or a walk, but if I'm going into a store or something like that, I'll wear it.
I constantly forget to wear mine. I walk in and like, oh crap, and then I have to go back into the parking lot, go to the car again.
Here they're mandatory. They won't let you in without a mask.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A lot of places.
Yeah. Well, Costco won't. Costco won't let you in without a mask. Although they were handing some out. We went this week, and there was a couple people that didn't have masks, and they had some that they were handing out. But you're technically supposed to wear them. Although you see people wearing the mask, but they've got it like all the way down, and it's like sitting on. Yeah.
Once you get into the store, people have them off. People have them down. Like
I was like, well,
it's turning it into somewhat of a joke.
Technically, you're wearing the mask, but
I think it's ridiculous personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not worn them. I'm not really going to unless I make a delivery. You know what I'm saying? The places where I would have to, I don't go. It's like if I got to dress up somewhere, I don't go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't go. I'm not going to wear a tie. I'm not going to wear a effing suit. You know what I'm saying? To eat at your stupid place. So I just won't go.
There's a fashion statement now, Joe. You can customize them, and you can put whatever you want on them.
I see, certain the models that I've shot, they have their like selfies with even my daughters have had mass selfies, and I'm just like, it's the stupidest thing ever. I just think it looks so utterly ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
One of the things I wanted to do, the first thing that when all this shit is over, is take a picture of my mask on my barbecue in flames.
Incinerating the mask.
Yes. Good riddance.
Yeah.
I just, when I have to shake hands with somebody, because shaking hands has become this like manly thing to do, like, well, let's just shake hands. We're men. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, whatever, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I do admit, I have a thing of hand sanitizer, and I will sanitize my hands afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But I'll shake your freaking hand. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. It's like,
just take a look at that guy from Audioholics. I'm sure he shook something in.
But well, that's exactly how. I mean, he had he met up with that cat that literally came straight from China and sat in his living room for an hour.
January, like first part of February, I think it was.
I think it was right at the end of February, middle of February.
The Florida Audio Show, the thing you went to, right, Wes?
Yeah, it was like the 13th or something, somewhere in the middle of February. Yeah.
And he had that, and that guy was a distributor or whatever for a company, and like, come on over and let's listen to some music, have some drinks, and the week later he was just knocked out with it. Yeah, and that guy had literally come from that part of China.
You know what it feels like to me, and maybe some of you might remember, but it feels like because see the stuff I've heard is that they're definitely getting better at getting people off and on the respirator. One of my cousins who's 70 had to go in with symptoms of COVID, and they put him on the respirator, and they got him off pretty quickly, and he's recovering now and all that. It reminds me of back in the day when the AIDS came out, and we were all super paranoid about it. But the more we learned about it, we calmed down, and now you just don't hear much buzz about it anymore, right?
Well, now it's
in those early days, though, we thought it was airborne. Like we thought, oh dear God, like you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you can get it from a toilet seat or something.
Right. You remember how paranoid we were about it? And this feels like, I'm not saying they're the same thing. I'm just saying that this feels like the way we're handling it is similar. Like, already they've announced that schools are going to be back for us here in Arizona this coming school year. Now they've already said, well, to be prepared for some kids to actually come back to class, some to have virtual class, and be prepared for some form of mixture of all of 3 different things. They had but they already announced that they're doing that.
Yeah, I think most schools will probably do that same thing, kind of like cycle like 1/3 of the kids through at a time, virtual, in class, and something like that. Yeah.
Yes, people are saying that schools, especially the grade schools, should never have been closed in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a look at how many kids you could probably count them on one hand who've gotten it.
Yeah. Well, I guess they can be carriers of it, and they go home and see grandma and grandpa and transmit.
Oh yeah,
They don't get. They're like 100% asymptomatic. They may carry it, but they never get any symptoms.
Yeah, they're a magnet for all sickness. Period. I mean, look at
kids are just they like suck in every illness and then go out.
Oh yeah, I knew a guy. He was predominantly fine all the time, but the moment he had kids, he was just catching things left and right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, the one thing I will give to all this social distancing is that hardly anybody is sick right now. Period. I mean, not that many people got the flu. Not that many people got colds. Not a lot of sniffles, to the point where you're even paranoid about coughing somewhere because not that many people are coughing, bro. You know what I'm saying? My sister, I was just having a conversation with her earlier today. She had to go to the store and she was making a little bit of not a fit with this lady, but she was trying to be pretty insistent about this refund. And all of a sudden she says, I just felt all this choking stuff coming on me. She said, I started coughing and I was like, ooh! Like
it could be, Joe, that many people don't want to admit they're sort of like got illness or anything. They want to keep it to themselves.
Yeah, but all the distancing though, and especially the kids, man. I love kids. I got grandkids myself. You know what I'm saying? Love them to death. But the less I'm around kids, I just don't get sick, man. And you go to work with people that, of course, have children, and they're always sick.
To them, they come to work, and that's how
they come to work. They get you sick. You know what I'm saying? So there's not been a lot of that. Yeah. And I think that we're learning from this, man. We're learning, like, you know what? Okay, maybe COVID isn't quite as bad as we thought it was. Maybe there's a chance. But what it's also doing is helping a lot of this other stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's been good for more than just Corona. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, it's showing people that you do have to pay attention and like actually do wash your hands and maybe not your point when you're sick and that type of stuff.
To your point earlier, Frank, you go absolutely over my job. I'm telling you right now. I'm out there and I'm out there on the street, 10 to 14 hours a day. And I have to use public restrooms probably, depends on your system, right? But, at 4 or 5 times a day, all sorts of different public restrooms. And I walk into all sorts of situations, man. I mean, just this last week, bigger Asian guy as tall as I am, or probably even a couple inches taller. It's probably 6'1", 6'2", literally had his foot in the effing sink, bro. And I'm like, yo, what the? And he took his foot down and he was like, oh, like I caught him, and you know what I'm saying? Like I caught him whacking off or something. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, what the? He had his foot in the fucking sink. Are you kidding me? What the? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What? You know what I'm saying? If you think some of the things you see are crazy, bro, I could talk stories, man. I mean, I already see cats coming out of the stall, bro, and you know what happens in the stall, right?
Yeah.
And just going straight for the door already, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, and I remember talking with Mark about it, weeks ago. Like, at what point are we going to get kind of vigilante about it? Like, yo, hey, we're all going to be Italian, bro. Hey, yo, hey, whoa, hey, what the, right? Like,
Getting all rocking
Hey,
on them.
Copernicus, what are you doing? What are you?
Yeah, it literally doesn't take more than 10 seconds even. And just you just wash your hands and be done with it. Yeah, I mean,
I'm already seeing it, man. By
Yeah.
a lot of folks, you know what I'm saying? By a lot of folk, a lot of men. I mean, I'm not in the restroom with women, but I mean,
men are pigs. I hear women are worse pigs, but I can't really say that. I got to be careful.
the other day I have to admit,
Don't want to get the
just
show
about 3 weeks ago, and I was just, I had to use it, man. I mean, I had to take a leak like you read about, and so I go into Circle K. Is everyone here from? Well, Dennis might not be familiar with Circle K, but anyway, I go in the gas station. You know what I'm saying?
Convenience store. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not paying. I'm used to the pattern of a lot of the flows of these convenience stores, and so I just walk into the restroom, and I'm like, "Where's the effing urinals at?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "What the hell?"
Oh, wrong room.
Oh crap! Sorry.
They got the sauna in the back, and they got the stereo playing. It's like, well, you don't have this shit in our bathroom.
Carpeting, yeah.
Masseuse.
Yeah, they have the people that hand you towels and the cologne and everything. What do you call those people? The in Seinfeld, do you remember Kramer's mom was a
Concierge?
concierge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you apply for that job?
And,
Oh yeah, you can have it. I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
well, the question is, how do you apply for the photographer of the week job? Is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Joe, I feel quite safe because I'm 4,000 miles away.
Yeah.
With the big big ocean in between. Yeah.
The latest thing, at least that I've been hearing the last couple of weeks, is people getting Zoom fatigue, right?
Yeah.
People going back to actually using this little black box that we carry around in our pockets as an actual audible phone.
Yeah.
Get out.
I swear I'm hearing about it. It's this weird phenomena, you know?
Yeah.
I actually have been hearing about people going back to just making audio conference calls.
Making a phone call instead of doing a Zoom.
Like it
I
actually,
have never been on a Zoom. Zoom is apparently made by China, so not going to do it.
well, there's, and Mark would know this more than I would, but
Yeah.
in business, it seems like the Microsoft product is more popular.
Yeah, there's Microsoft, but is
Meetings or something.
you can use
Meetings, yeah.
Google Meet.
Yeah.
Cisco WebEx is a big one.
Is that with an EA or an EE?
Meet,
Bad joke.
yeah. Google Meet. That depends.
Oh, okay.
Different types. Yeah.
Yeah, and then apparently, FaceTime, I guess, has a crap load of features in it. I literally only talk to
Charging multiple with FaceTime, but yeah, a lot of people have been going over to Google Hangout Meet, which because of the issues with Zoom, which I think they've corrected, but they kind of didn't. They had a bad result as that. Some of their servers were being in China. All that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
and some of the privacy protocols weren't as private as they said they were. So,
Hey Wes, you're in a school. What are you hearing about, or have you heard anything about what's happening in your school, or no?
They're planning on bringing kids back in August, basically, starting a little bit late.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much going back to normal for the most part.
Good.
Okay.
I'm going to be.
Yeah,
going
we have
back
a junior college here. We have a junior college here opening up Monday, tomorrow. What's it? That'll be June 1st. Is that where we're at?
Yep, Monday's June 1st.
Yeah. So they're going to be opening up tomorrow.
Some universities are
California.
going to start in July and then try to be done by Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, because of the right.
That way they kind of get out done before the heart of flu season hits and they can take off from Thanksgiving through mid-January.
I wonder if that'll
I think,
actually end up causing the schools to change summer vacation to winter vacation.
Yeah, you wonder. Yeah,
I think the
or to go more year round.
Yeah, year round.
And
Yeah.
then take a longer break because year round schools, because they have those in California now, right? California's year round, right?
They have a lot of them here.
Yeah, a lot of schools out west were year round, and they would take. You get like 6 weeks off. There's like 4 breaks, 4 sessions with 6 weeks off in between, or something like that.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that would make sense. You go year round, and then your 6-week break is like Thanksgiving to New Year's or something.
Mhm.
supposedly the football team is coming back in the next week or two. They're going to start doing trainings, daily trainings.
It's going to be interesting. It was funny that they were talking to the Georgia football, Kirby Smart, Georgia football, and Georgia, University of Georgia football is bigger than Falcons football here in Georgia. I mean, college football just holds everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't worry, we're going to do everything for the health and safety of the players. That's all. And the boss is sitting down there. She's going, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all about the money. They got to get back and they got it because
Mhm.
the Georgia football, and probably Florida probably does more than Georgia, but I think Georgia is like, it's like $75 million, $80 million a year. I mean, it's a big,
The whole university depends on the football program, really.
yeah. All,
The whole university. It's a
football,
major,
football and basketball primarily. Yeah.
yeah, it's a major chunk of their money. It's
Yeah. And what do the players get?
nothing, and that's exactly what's been talked about. Is that all the talk we've been hearing about sports coming back, at least in this country. A lot of the different unions for the different, have been negotiating.
Well,
And that's been the issue with college athletes is they ain't got no representation, man. You know what I'm saying?
at the
But
very least, they
would
should have
all
a full
still have to
scholarship.
get permission from the parents. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, I think like I said, I think at the very least they should get a full scholarship.
Well, they get a scholarship.
I mean,
and they
a
get
lot
their
of
room and board paid,
schools
too.
that's 100. I'm sorry.
They get their room and board and their scholarship paid for. That's all paid for.
Yeah.
But they don't make any money in pocket.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but you can argue that they are getting paid in
Yeah.
a way of these because that could easily be $100,000 over the course of 4
Yeah.
years or 3 years.
But considering how much money they bring into the school,
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be making even more.
I think they just had something a few weeks ago where they're going to allow some athletes to get money for
Oh, you bet. Yeah, California.
placements and endorsements and that type of
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, California changed that. I think it don't start till like next year or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
they,
So if you're a big player, a big time player, you can get an
yeah.
endorsement from Nike or something.
and they're
that-
And
that
they're
forced
not allowed to work
NCAA to
outside
change their
either.
policy
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
the issue. They're not allowed to work, so they get
Yeah.
people on board, but they're living below the poverty level because they can't earn any money.
right. If they
Yeah.
want to go get a part-time job, they're not allowed.
Yeah, so
They can't go deliver papers or do anything like that.
I think that's a great idea because a lot of those players that would receive those, that pay from these companies may not necessarily go pro.
oh yeah, and the school's making tens of millions of dollars off of them. So yeah.
Precisely.
I think it's going to be to a point probably sooner rather than later where if you're a major college athlete, especially in the big revenue sports like the football and the basketball, where you're going to get paid, you're going to get you'll probably get the tuition and room and board, but you'll also get something on top of that,
Right.
some kind of revenue sharing.
Yeah. Profit
Yeah.
sharing. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because the players are the ones generating the fund, the money for the school. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
The money from these athletes and that, they're going to lower the school bills so other people can afford it.
Yeah. Well, the school gives them the scholarships for stuff, but they still can't do anything. They're not allowed to earn any money to go get pizza or to go get drunk on Thursday night at the college bar, because they're not allowed to get money to do that. So you got to give them something.
Yeah, that's changing though. Like I say, because
Yeah.
California had passed that
Yeah.
rule, and so the NCAA was forced to change because they didn't
Yeah.
want all the students to start going to California schools
Oh yeah.
so they could get paid. You know,
Right.
now that so I think it kicks in 2021 or 22.
Yeah, it's not that far away. Yeah.
Nothing like a free market.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Why go to Michigan when you can go to USC and or even some lower class school and get paid for it? It just doesn't make much sense, especially for a lot of these players.
Yeah, that aren't never going to go pro anyway, but they're good players and
Mm-hmm.
make some money while they go to school. Yeah.
Right.
Well, speaking of making money, let's look at some of these images because I think some of these can be sold for big bucks. How about that?
Could be possible.
Probably not. We can always hope.
Has
So
anybody heard? I'm sorry to actually go back on a different topic, but has anybody heard anything more about Olympus and their status as actually being in business? I heard they're 1 foot in the grave.
I've seen some stuff. Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't really read too much, but I have seen that kind of cross my feed that they're on their way out.
Yeah, they already closed their plant in South Korea.
Ooh, that's not good.
No.
Yeah. They've been struggling for the last few years, Olympus.
Yeah, which is the same because they do make good stuff.
I get a lot of
like their
emails from them.
cameras.
They're always trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
I'm always getting emails buying stuff.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a marketing issue.
Yeah.
You know.
They've got all their eggs in one basket with Micro Four Thirds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who are they going to? Has there been anything about them merging with somebody like Sony or?
I don't know. Certainly wouldn't be Pentax.
I would think it would be Sony because isn't Sony using pretty much the same in body stabilization? Isn't that? Don't they share some of that technology anyway?
Yeah, I can imagine what a company would love to buy Olympus just to get all the patents and then get rid of the company again.
Get the patents in the name.
Yeah, just like what happened with Pentax. They got bought and patents were stripped out and the company was sold again and they got bought and it's rinse and repeat kind of a thing with them.
Well, I think this the coronavirus thing is probably going to accelerate some of that stuff too.
Oh, definitely.
Kind of on the edge,
Yeah.
it speeds everything up a little bit because the
Yeah.
revenue
So what
dropped.
happened to Olympus people who have Olympus cameras like myself? They just won't get any support or anything when it goes under?
I bet that whoever buys them, I mean, if they go under and nobody buys them, yeah, then you're kind of out of luck. But I bet if they get, say they merge, to me, in my mind, what makes sense would be that Sony would buy them.
Right.
And so if that were the case, James, I bet, they would say, well, we're going to honor the warranty, everything that's current in warranty for Olympus stuff.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, you're dealing with a camera that uses Micro Four Thirds, and that's plentiful across the board. So
Mhm.
you could easily jump ship to another company like Panasonic
Mhm.
and use their GH5, for example,
Yeah.
or GH whatever that comes down the pike. So
Yeah,
you're
I really wanted to stick with
you're not SOL like me if I because I'm shooting Pentax. If they go under, that's it.
Fuji to buy Pentax.
Yeah, well, they don't need to. The Fuji already dominates the medium format
Yeah.
market with their GFX series. Those things are awesome. I tell you, if they were around when I bought my Pentax, I would have bought Fuji in a heartbeat.
Fuji, yeah. I don't think you'll be completely out of luck, James. I bet what'll happen is they'll probably whoever buys Olympus, and I don't know, but I bet it's Sony at the end of the day.
Well, I like my camera. I'll get some good prints out of it, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of happy at the moment.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I have a feeling they would honor the repairs for a good several years to the point where you'd want to upgrade anyways.
Yeah. You get 3 to 5 years down the road. Yeah, you'd be at the point. Next time something breaks, you probably won't be looking for it.
Yeah, but it certainly would make you want to think twice if you're someone who doesn't have anything and is just getting into a
Mhm.
system. I would stay clear of Olympus at least for a little while until all this blows over and we have a better idea of just where their economic standing is.
See what the resolution is. That's for sure.
Anyhow, it was a nice shot.
Yeah, this is the last one from last week. Would you stitch this together, right, Dennis? Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
that's 2 photos together, right down the middle.
Yeah, it came out very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Definitely
go.
a scene you'd want to come back to when maybe you have different lighting or without the overcast sky.
Mm-hmm. Is this far from you, or is this relatively close by for you?
It's about 8 miles from here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, geez, you almost walked that much.
You can go out. You're allowed to go out of your house now, so you can go out.
Yeah. Tomorrow, most of the shops are opening up again.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, the scientists this week, the BBC News said that those Oxford scientists reckon they've already got a vaccine for this.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking. They're working. The Oxford group is working with the Emory Hospital group here in Atlanta, and they're really optimistic about it. So
Yeah, they reckon one of the chief scientists says he doesn't see any reason why it won't work, but they still got to go through the procedure.
oh yeah, no, they've got to go through and do the testing and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Residual.
We're going to have 1 billion vaccinations ready by September.
Yeah, they're already starting
Wow.
to manufacture the base for it, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
essentially, yeah. So that's good. So,
Dennis, how old do you think those buildings are in that shot?
these
Yeah.
Yeah, this
15 years.
Bridge, that was an old mill. So, yeah, they're probably only the beginning of the 20th century.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not that old. Not like the castle up the road here.
New construction, only 120 years old.
Yeah, but this place is called Battles Bridge
Mm-hmm.
because there was a fight here with I think the Vikings hundreds of years ago. You know,
Oh, wow.
so it's a place on the river there which a big battle took place, but it's all obscure in history now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sign on the building was advertising. It used to say ski tex for ski clothing and stuff like that. So I just cloned it out and put Battlesbridge in there.
Okay, so you changed the sign then. Okay.
Yeah, I changed the sign because it was just an advertising sign.
Okay. There you go. It looks better like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Nice picture, Dennis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. Actually, that was GIMP stitching that together with the GIMP, and it done a pretty good job, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good job. Now I think Jose is using GIMP too. Probably not, but
No, he's using a very expensive lens.
he's probably using the. I don't know if he uses Photoshop or not. No, I guess you can find out. Oh, yep, he's using Photoshop Lightroom for his processing. I never really looked at that before, but
Does that say 800 millimeter?
600.
600.
Yeah, the Sony 200 to 600.
800 ISO.
Yeah, 800 ISO. Yeah. And that's a nice shot.
It's a great shot. Yeah.
Yeah. The lighting, positioning.
Lots of detail in there, and
Yeah.
and it just the bird matches the background, which is
Mm-hmm. Yep.
pretty cool.
Yeah. The plant, the seed behind it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Well,
lighting is really nice.
Yeah, the lighting is fantastic. Well, we just discovered last night that we have a bird nest in our garage that we didn't know about. So
In the garage.
and there's eggs in there too. So
Oh, sweet.
yeah. So
Well, I mean,
you take the bird's nest out, and I'm like, oh well, there's eggs in there. I guess I'll leave it.
You could do the same little series that Wes did.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That was a cool series of shots,
Yeah,
man.
I'm thinking about it. It's up on like a shelf in our garage with just a bunch of crap on it that I didn't think about. And we open up the garage door in the morning and close it at night. And this bird has been built a nice little nest. So yeah, I got to get out there with the camera and photograph it. But yeah, I think it's just like a house sparrow or something. Little bird, and it just sits there. And as long as you don't disturb it, I was looking at it today. It's just sitting there on top of the eggs. As long as you don't go, make a move towards it, it just sits there and watches you. So.
Nice.
So yeah, this is a nice one. Okay, here's
Nice.
Simi back at the watchtower.
Yeah.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
lighting is epic.
Yeah, that is great. He says,
Got a lot of drama in it.
yeah,
It looks HDR-ish though, especially on the rocks on the left.
yeah. He's boosted up probably the clarity and probably used up what would you think, Joe? Some kind of brush to put the light, highlight.
He does sharpen his rocks up, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And he used nice use of contrast and everything. Yeah, I just like it, man.
yeah, that's a nice shot.
He's changing his look once again. He's changing his style and like I tell him, man, I haven't now talked to him in quite some time, but I mean, I see this photo and I'm like, there's no reason why you couldn't sell this right back to them or donate it to them so they can use it, like, and give you credit. Like it's some awesome stuff.
It's definitely well done enough. Yeah, that
It's a unique aspect ratio. I'm wondering if he stitched things or cropped the top off or what he did.
It says 20 millimeter, so it's a wide angle.
Yeah.
Full frame. It's a full frame camera, wide angle.
Well, if you've got the EXIF data, then it's probably not a stitch. Because it's whenever I don't know about you guys, whenever I stitch, the EXIF data tends to go away.
Yeah, it gets rid of the EXIF. And this doesn't sublocation Connecticut. Yeah, he's got the whole geolocating and
Yeah, so it's probably just a crop.
yeah, he just cropped it a little bit. Yeah,
Which is still fine. That's a nice image.
yeah, oh yeah, no, it's great.
Now, I'm reading the data underneath, and it says this photo is in 75 groups. Does that mean he put them in 75 or 75 groups saw it?
No, he put it in 75.
Yeah, he put that's pretty typical for him right there. Yeah.
Well, you can put it up into 60, but you have to be accepted beyond that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must spend a lot of time putting these in the group.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, I mean, dear God, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an app that allows you just to mass upload to
He says that he actually does it.
Does it?
individually. Wow.
Easy way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You open up all the groups and add it, but you still got to click on everything.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'll
There's no
bet
shortcut.
those groups work.
He goes in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to the physical therapist for his carpal tunnel from having so many groups.
You load up one photograph and five others you got to fave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. A great-tailed grackle, Huntington Beach Park. Once again, 600 millimeters, ISO 800. So yeah, click the same day. Yeah. Once again, great light.
Yeah.
He's getting some good practice with that lens, man.
That's
Bird looking in a good direction instead of looking off, to the left, which would have given a bit of attention.
Yep.
Even though he's looking straight up into the. Oh, there you go. I was about to say.
No,
So you have that visual
Mm-hmm.
distance that the bird can actually look into.
Yeah. No,
I like the eye on the bird as well, how he's caught his eye.
yeah, he's got the catch like the eye. Yeah.
Yeah, that contrast between the yellow and the black is nice.
I think Jose just likes giving your group the bird, Mark.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's giving us the telephoto bird.
So does that mean that beak's the middle finger?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so here is Hogtown Creek, Winchester Ring Park in Gainesville, Florida.
Is this a stitch, Wes?
Yeah.
How many?
I think it's about 9.
9.
Yeah.
Wow. Why so many?
Just to make sure I got everything
Oh, okay.
and give myself some extra room on the sides to when I'm, editing to decide how I want it framed and stuff.
Yeah, you crop
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I can see you can get to 9 pretty quickly.
Is it easy to stitch? I've never done one.
It's easy.
Yeah, Lightroom does it automatically.
Yeah, you just select the photographs that need to be stitched and you hit auto and done.
Okay, teacher, project of the week in GIMP right there, Dennis. You and
Yeah.
Dennis get to work on that.
An image stitch.
You and James. Yeah.
When you put them together in GIMP, you have to actually like drag one into the other, and depending on how far you drag it, is how well it's going to stitch together. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Now, and I wonder, is there a specific stitch plugin for GIMP?
Yeah, that sounds like manual focus, man. I don't know. I don't do that.
No, I'm just trying to think. No, you just dump the photographs into the GIMP together, put them together, and then you I think you have to put a layer mask in, and then you click on one side and drag it across, and depending how far you drag is how intense the stitch is going to be. You know.
Okay. I'll have to try that.
I've only done it a few times, but I've never put 9 together.
Yeah, it's a lot more involved than Photoshop or Lightroom, like, where it's just you select and hit auto and go.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It does all the work for you. It does all the masking and whatnot.
But then it don't cost $600.
Yeah.
I will say I tried to do one with 97 this morning, and Lightroom wouldn't do it.
97?
Yeah.
Wait,
I was
hold on.
trying to do a pat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pat,
okay, yeah, I was
Pat's on
gonna
the phone. He'd like to talk to you. You know?
Are you doing JPEGs, Wes, or are you doing TIFF?
Raw files.
Oh, they're raw files, right?
Dear
Yeah.
God, raw file. Yeah, because
Did it
even
just, like,
Pat
log
says
up
he
and
uses
say program
JPEG.
not responding. Is that what happened?
It just says it can't do it.
Okay.
But then
How
I
much
did it in Photoshop, and Photoshop did it, but it couldn't export it. I couldn't get it back into Lightroom as a TIFF because it was over 4 gigs. Apparently,
Yeah,
apparently the maximum size for a TIFF is 4 gigs.
I did it in Photoshop, but it took till next week. You know, like
Oh yeah, it took about 45 minutes to do it. In Photoshop.
Yeah.
And I have a pretty fast computer.
97. Yeah. That's a lot of math. I mean, that
Is
is.
that a really wide image? Is that's why you had so many taking it maybe with a telephoto
Yeah.
lens?
Yeah, basically, you've seen Pat's pictures with the cars where they're like
Yeah.
really shallow depth of field.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like-
he's something
It's
he's
basically-
like 135.
He's mimicking like an 8x10 with a a regular size frame. So you're taking
Sure.
a bunch of little pictures to make up that frame.
Right.
and I think Pat uses JPEG though to make it so much easier.
Yeah.
That might be. Yeah, that might be the better way to do it. I was just playing around. Figured I'd try it.
You'd only end up with a 1 gigabyte file then, unless if it was JPEG.
yeah, because
Okay.
I think he says like with his ones that he puts like 40 some damn images together, it's still like a 2 gig file or
Yeah.
something.
I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, he's still using probably high quality JPEGs. He's not skimping on.
There's a file format. Was it PA?
PNG or what?
No. Photoshop has the regular Photoshop file, and if you have a really large Photoshop
PST?
file, it's even PSD. I think it's PSD-H or something like that. And then maybe that would be the fix, because then Photoshop could actually work with the larger files that are above 4 gigs. I think that's.
So it's a
I
kind
think
of.
that might be the solution for you, Wes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Change the file format.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open up Photoshop and see if I can find it.
File of some kind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's specifically designed for really stupidly large photos or file sizes.
Like, okay, we're gonna have some people that are gonna try to stitch together 97 images. So I guess we got to come up with a file format that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Look at the detail there in the dove. The common mourning dove everywhere. There's our. Do you have mourning doves over there, Dennis, or not?
No, we do have doves. So they're like got a white ring around their necks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is mourning doves are pretty much everywhere in North America. I think they're super adaptable. Doesn't matter where you're at. There's mourning doves.
Yeah, I have Photoshop open, and the first option to save a file would be Photoshop PSD. And then the next one that says large document format would be .psb, B as in boy.
Huh.
Okay. I'll try
Maybe
that.
Photoshop for Photoshop big, basically.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
ass Photoshop. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, you can try it in that one and see. Probably still take 45 minutes, but maybe it'll actually save it.
Yeah, I think the file size is the limit. You, as you mentioned earlier, can't work with anything larger than 4 gig.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, that's a very nice shot. Yeah. Num squirrel.
Again,
Looks like
the
somebody
lighting,
see a
lighting on
green
this is
card or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Again, it looks like a nice lighting with the catch light in the eye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great lighting.
Look at that. And the sharp. I mean,
Yeah, very.
I'm sure he sharpened it, but there's a lot of detail to be sharpened there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the little padding on the paws and
Yeah.
all the the stuff around the nose. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely an image where you want to be selective sharpening. You don't want to just do global because of the blurry background.
Yeah. You would just sharpen here and along here.
Just select the squirrel and go for it.
Yeah. That's very nice. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of posting a lot of wildlife stuff here the last month or so. All right, so Simi was only 30 seconds. Okay, so this is out of the frying pan. So we got the beach houses along the.
I like the reflections in the light in those windows. That's
Yep.
it adds interest to the shapes there as opposed to being black or something.
Yeah, notice this house here. You got 3 or 4.
Exactly. Yeah.
That and then
More drama.
yeah.
Nice.
The
What
cloud.
really draws you in though is that blue house right dead smack in the
That
middle.
thing in the back, The orange on top. You got the blue and the orange. Yeah. But that just holds your eye straight. I mean,
It's just
holds
because
your
it's
eye front to back. I mean, you just go all the way through.
Yeah. Well, you see the leading line of the rocks, the diagonal going in, and then the other line going this way, right towards the house. So it's really good use of those implied lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, this is not just a random. There's some thought.
There's never anything random with Simi's photographs.
Yeah, his stuff is. So he's out of the frying pan and into the fire. So this must be a little later, I would guess. Yeah.
Look at the time on that one. The exposure.
663 seconds. Okay, so 11 minutes. Not bad.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, he couldn't go to 665. Wuss.
Now, what's interesting is how long were these people actually in the image?
True.
They might have walked out. I mean, literally in 11 minutes, they could have walked out, fished for 5 minutes, walked back, and they could have been in and out of the scene in the time it took to expose it.
That just doesn't seem right to me to be someone who's going to actually stand still that long. So there's something going on with that. Maybe it's a composite.
Do you think he took them from somebody else, some other picture, and dropped them in?
Yeah, he might have taken one shot at 1/20th of a second, 30th of a second.
Yeah.
And then this one, and then just put the people in it for human interest, which is, I think it's a good idea.
Oh yeah,
it gives the whole thing scale too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
We
got to determine where's the shopping trolley in the moon. That's what we need to know.
Yeah, might have done that to put the sky in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do everything else really long to get the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're probably right. It probably is 2 shots, one at least for this, and then
I mean, that's pretty common, especially when you're doing long exposures with moving foliage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Take one quick fast shutter speed to freeze it, and then and overlay it.
Yeah.
Yeah. However he did it, it came out great.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Well, there we go. What's his
Subaru.
Subaru with the new wheels?
Put the lowering springs on it and a front spoiler. So
Yeah,
Cool.
it has a good stance.
Yeah,
Has
it's
a
looking
good
sharp. And then these, are they actually green tipped on the nuts, or is that just a light?
Yeah.
it's called neochrome, so it's like it changes
Okay.
color depending on how you look at it.
Okay, all right. So depending on the angle of the light.
Yeah, they can be like a purplish or greenish or a
Okay.
magenta kind of color.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. Cars
Is
looking.
this that new WRX?
No, it's a Legacy GT.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice.
Is it worth $1 million?
No, unfortunately, it's only worth about a couple thousand maybe on a good day.
It looks like it's worth $1 million. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
it looks
Yeah.
like it
It's
has
the
sentiment
Fernando
on
of
it.
cars.
Looks like he spent a lot of time waxing it.
Yeah.
To Wes,
It's got $1
twice.
million worth of wax,
There you go.
ceramic coating.
Okay. Yeah.
Clay bar and then the wax.
Did you clay the surface too, Wes?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
There you go.
or buff it,
Yep.
polish it,
Oh yeah.
ceramic coating.
Yeah. There's a few hours of work on that for sure.
Mhm.
Are you joking about the ceramic coating or no?
What's that?
Are you joking about the ceramic coating? I've never heard about that.
Oh, you have
No.
it? Ceramic
Yeah,
coated?
it's way better than wax.
Yeah, no, they're
Really?
oh yeah, that's a real deal. People would pay a few grand to have their car ceramic coated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do it by hand by yourself, or do you have to have
Oh
someone
yeah.
else? do
No,
it?
you
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah, it's just there's different kits you can buy, but it lasts quite a while if you do it right and you get a good ceramic coating. It'll last for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's like the wax. If here in Florida, if I wax my car, like a couple weeks later, it's already gone. It's like it takes.
Who makes it? Is it like a McGuire's type of thing, or?
Yeah, pretty much everybody's making it nowadays. It's become like the new big trend in
Yeah.
auto finishes kind of thing.
Yeah. Which
There's
one?
even different
Randy
levels of it now.
It's some McGuire's is what I'm using.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've been using Optimum stuff,
Mhm.
and I really like their no rinse wash, which is really nice. And
Mhm.
but yeah, I haven't. I did that to my car a couple years ago, and I just don't drive it a lot, and it's still there. And I did it to Pam's car. I've got to do our Subaru again. But yeah, I mean, it lasts a long time. It takes some time. I mean, it's a weekend.
Yeah, it's
You
a
gotta
project,
buff and polish, and
right?
it takes some time, but it's worthwhile because if you do it right, then you just wash it, and
Right.
you're good for a year at least. Yeah, that's nice. That looks sharp. It's very nice. And it's a Subaru.
For a Subaru, yeah.
Joe's favorite car, Subarus.
For a
Mhm.
Subaru, I mean,
Yeah.
it's as good as a Subaru can get.
Yeah.
I like the details on this. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I like the background. It shows it up.
Is this another take on the one you did last week, Dennis?
Yeah. This I only took this last week. Yeah.
Okay.
This was I framed it up using GIMP, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of background showing through, so I cloned it out. It's getting real black.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, for the most part, it's real nice, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice detail there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was focused on the stem there, and the
Yeah.
rest. I'm not sure if it was really wide open. It might have been 1.4. Don't think I had it wide open.
Not quite 1.2. Yeah. Okay. It came out nice. That's a nice image.
Yeah.
Here's Dennis's houseboat.
Yeah, this is a creek not far from here on the upper end of the island, and
Okay.
I've done this on Friday. Yeah,
Okay.
it was in colour, but I thought I liked it better in black and white.
Oh yeah, this is really nice. Black.
Dennis, is this where Eddie lives?
No, he's hours away from here. He's on a canal. This is the sea.
So this is obviously low tide.
Yeah, the tide was going out, so it's grounded, and you can see there's a little drop of water left. But I used the 50 mil 1.2 to do this, but this is taken at about f8.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted all the background in.
Yeah, super sharp. Yeah, and
It is a really sharp lens. Yeah.
nice depth of field. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's a nice treatment. Black and white on that is, yeah, very fitting. Now, were these brightly colored boats, or were they pretty?
No, that's
No.
if I show you the color version, it's going to look a lot different from what it looks like there.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Woodhouse was a bit plain. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest was just blank foliage.
Yeah, that's usually good when it's something like that color, but it's not real. Yeah, you just turn it to black and white.
Yeah. Now this is a bay just up the road here.
Okay.
Yeah, this was on Friday, I think. I was around it. The car park is absolutely stacked with cars.
Oh yeah.
The overflow car park was full of cars. The parts on the lines outside, all down the road. And so it's good to see they're keeping their social distancing.
Yeah. Lots of people out once they got the okay to get out of that. Well, looks like a nice day too. I mean,
Yeah, it was really, the weather was really nice. It's a bit windy, but
yeah,
it's been quite hot here.
yeah. That's why you got all these nice willow trees in the background. Yeah. Everybody just like, let me out of the house.
Yeah, everyone's gone crazy now, all down the beach.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, there they are. Everybody out on the beach.
The other side of the seawall there, yeah, they were on the beach. And although there wasn't that many people actually sitting on the beach, they must be walking along the waterfront.
Now, Dennis, what's the temperature of this water? Really? Is it like
Cold.
Cold.
Yeah, I've got to say that's got to be
Cold.
60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, lower than that, I should think.
Ah,
Yeah,
You get
probably.
monkeys when you go in it.
Yeah, this is the you. Well, I've been here for years and years, and I've only ever swum in it once. It's not like swimming in the Greek Aegean Sea, you know.
yeah.
You go in there, you know you've gone in there. It's freezing. Yeah,
I think the title of this
the
photo
tenth
should be
century over
Shrinkage.
to the North Sea. The North Sea is a terrible place.
Yeah.
I wonder, is that the same place George Costanza swam in right there?
Yeah. The shrinkage?
Yeah, the shrinkage.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite a bit colder than the water near West. I mean, West, go to the Gulf and probably be 80 degrees right now.
Mhm.
Swimming in the bathtub there.
This is definitely not the Caribbean here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not a tropical fish tank. Their sea, but there's
No. There's people in the water. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's interesting how it doesn't take much distance to change the temperature. I know in Northern California you'd freeze to death, but in Southern California you don't even need a wetsuit.
Yeah, yeah. Big
yeah,
difference.
see, this is the Thames Estuary. There's a ship. There's a ship just going out to the North Sea there.
Okay. Oh, that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the shipping channels up to London to the docks. Yeah,
Okay, so London's off this way then?
yeah, London's to the right.
Okay.
The land you can see over the other side is the Kent coast, different county.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then this opens right out into the North Sea.
Okay. That's where Craig is, Joe, over there.
So this is the
Oh, is it?
southern part of England.
Yeah, this is the southeast of England. I'm about 30 miles from London, central London.
Okay.
Okay.
You just follow the River Thames all the way down to the bottom where it opens out into the sea.
Wow.
All right. So London off to the right, North Sea off to the left, frozen people in the water in the middle. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't play on this stuff without a wetsuit. You know, if you're on a wind board,
Yeah.
board, you know, they've all got wetsuits on. No one's in there without a wetsuit.
Yeah. That's kind of like Northern California, huh, Frank? People that are doing sailboarding in San Francisco Bay, that type of stuff.
Oh God, on a warm day, yeah, there's hundreds of them with
But they all have wetsuits on.
windboarding, surfing, boating, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a damn parade out there.
That's neat. Okay, so yeah. Western tiger, swallowtail.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Super.
That just
Look at that.
costs.
Look at the detail in the eye there.
Crazy amount of detail.
Yeah.
Way off topic. I saw a photograph of some guy. He posted an image of himself wearing sunglasses, these black sunglasses with dark, highly reflective lenses. And he posted it on his Facebook. Oh, stuck in traffic. You know, he's just posting it to his millions of followers. And then someone zoomed in on the glasses, and you can see that he was in his driveway or something, or on a road with absolutely no traffic whatsoever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big news.
Yeah, today, it just reminded me looking at that catch light. That's a wonderful catch light.
Yeah. It is. Wow, and you can see the pollen on its beak and on the legs there.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good color.
Yeah. Nice.
The reds and the greens complement each other, and the yellow is just
Mhm.
perfect.
Yep. Yeah. Swallowtail and the monarch are two most common butterflies. Very nice, Jose. That is
Oh yeah.
good stuff. You got beer, birds, and bugs. Beer on the front porch for bluebirds. This was shot from inside the house.
Just from the front porch.
Okay, yeah. You spotted it.
Big lens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so sitting on top of the light pole. He's got himself looks like a grasshopper, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
got some dinner.
Yeah.
Some dinner happening there. Yeah.
that's funny.
Is that your 600 mil, Wiz?
Yeah, it is.
So that's about 1,000 mil then on it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's nice.
It's probably more than that because it's cropped too. It's probably more like 2,000.
Yeah.
It's pretty high up there.
Yeah, he's probably 20, 30 feet away from you at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, more than that, probably 50
Yeah.
or 60.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
It's nice. Came out nice though.
What kind of bird is this again?
It's just
Yeah.
a bluebird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a bluebird, probably. Yeah.
Nice colors.
Wow. You still do they stay down there all summer?
Yeah, I was looking at the eBird or whatever it was on
Mhm.
the web today, and it looks like it's here all year.
Oh, that's kind of. I mean, we have some, but a lot of them here end up. A few that stick around in the summer, but most of them go up into the mountains here, which is not that far away. I was just kind of, but they must stay down just because of the bugs. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff for them to eat down there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I hadn't noticed them before or what, or maybe they're just more colorful now because it's kind of springtime, early summer. But yeah, they were definitely just
Yeah.
striking.
No, we just we get them in the winter, and I saw one a couple weeks ago in our back, and I haven't seen any since. So I'm assuming most of them have migrated up into the mountains. Yeah, that's nice. Nice shot even from that far away. Very nice.
You mentioned that was it eBirds
Yeah.
website? Now, is that something that just looks at your photograph and tries to find the bird, or is it's just you have to do the searching by yourself?
You have to do the searching. You can search by color and kind of narrow it down.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are apps like smartphone apps that you can put in,
Yeah.
put a picture in, and it'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
But-
No, eBird's pretty good. It's kind of an intuitive way for you to figure out what you saw based on.
I just use a regular old bird book to look
Yeah.
up, really. That's the quickest way for me.
Yeah, we've got a which one is it? Sibley's, I think, is the one we have. Just sitting on the table by the deck. So if we see
And
something,
this one's specific to Florida too, which is nice. So it's like
Yeah.
There we
birds
go.
of Florida. So
okay, so you get the
it narrows it down.
birds, the water birds, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's amazing how many different birds there are. I mean, it's just really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Nice shot. Good. Yeah. Now now that I've noticed we've got a residence inside our garage. I'm gonna see if I can get some images.
Yeah, definitely get some shots. It'd be cool to see.
Yeah. And I looked in there last night. I went in and I was like, "What is that?" And the bird like flew out, almost hit me. It was 11 o'clock last night, and I'm like, "Oh, damn! There's a nest." And I looked in the nest, and there's two little blue eggs, little tiny, no bigger than an almond, pretty much. So
Mm-hmm.
Interesting to see. So yeah, I'll go in there. Well, now the sun's down, so it'll probably be getting ready to roost.
Mhm.
So, oh, there's Simi. How long have you been waiting here, Simi? I'm gonna take somebody out here. Hang on.
Oh, you can boot me out. Yeah.
Are you sure, Joe?
Yeah. I'll be.
Okay, I'll boot
All right,
Joe.
man.
See you, Joe.
See you guys. Peace
Thanks.
out.
Cheers, Joe.
Simi,
Hey.
Howdy.
hey, how long have you been waiting? I apologize.
Oh, no problem. I don't know. I just got back in the
Oh,
house
okay.
maybe 30 minutes ago.
Cool. Well, we've been looking at the photos and commenting on your imagery, and it's like, well, we haven't, and there you are. So how you been?
Tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been tripping around in the woods. It was about time for a shower, really.
Okay. All right. Good. Everybody well? You doing okay with all this craziness going on?
Yeah, we're doing fine. Not much
Okay.
changes for me because I've been working from home forever now for the last 4 or 5 years. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It's kind of the same thing I've been doing for years. So okay. Well, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
good to see you. It's been a while. Been a long while since you popped on. So
yeah, I come and I see you guys broadcast. I figured I'd drop in today.
okay, good.
Timmy, while you're on, tell us, did you put the fisherman in the picture?
Of the Into the Fire, the one you posted of the second shot with the
Yeah, they were there, and actually, it wasn't just them. It was them and a bunch of other people there.
okay.
Probably about 30 seconds before I took the long exposure.
Okay. All right.
So, and I just put those people back in,
Okay.
and then took out the extraneous people over there.
Because
But
the
the
exposure was
whole scene was like 11 minutes, I think.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. It's like that was long enough for them to walk into the scene, sit there, catch a fish, and leave, and still.
not see him, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one we were talking about. This one here. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
So
Yeah,
you
everything
got
in there
them
except
beforehand,
for
and then
except
took
for those.
the image and then put them back in post. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And did you sharpen the rocks up?
These rocks, no. In fact, these rocks are probably not even sharp at all because somewhere along this 11 minutes, the camera must have moved.
Okay.
Because the focus change from where it was probably midway to rocks to where the houses are.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is it's getting warm again now.
Yep.
So I have to toss between putting on the long exposure noise reduction or not.
Oh, okay. Because the sensor.
And
Yeah.
to really clean up, especially on like 11-minute image like this, it would take in forever to clean that up, all those hot pixels you get.
Yeah.
So I have to do a lot of guesswork. So the picture before this
Yep.
was probably 15-20 minutes before actual sunset.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And,
the color is completely different. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and in fact, I wasn't sure if we were going to get the burn that you see on the next picture, so I just stayed there and I took a couple shots of the, just in case, for sharpness, for the
Mhm.
rocks and everything else, but the light was wrong because by the time that burn started to happen, I think I said, well, let me guess, because if it's going to happen. It's going to happen around, I don't know, maybe around a 7 or 8 minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
So I started my exposure and just prayed for the best. And luckily, a burn actually did happen. And it happened around the 8 minute mark.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that term, the burn.
Oh, where the sky turns like hot
Oh.
red.
Oh, it's up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, just the angle of the light of the sun gets to a point where it just lights up everything pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard because I can't see the horizon because of the houses and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Where the sun is, because usually if there's a band of clouds at the bottom, you're not going to get a burn.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's hard for me to tell, so I was guessing at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
And if I guess wrong, 11-minute exposure, then I have to wait 11 minutes before the think it's done another 11 minutes because it's
Wow.
doing noise reduction. So a lot of this is guesswork. So
Yeah.
I try to take as many shots with short exposure to get either the light or I'm a sucker for the reflection of wet rocks.
Mhm.
So try to get all that stuff sharp ahead of time with a short exposure,
Yep.
and then I'll take my long exposure
And
then,
hope that it works. Yeah.
hope that it works. Hope that these stupid rocks don't move when the waves are coming in and out and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Was it a 10 stop ND?
I'm sorry, say it again.
10 stop ND filter?
Yep, that's the only one I have, and I need to replace that one because it's got a little chip in it.
Oh, okay.
It's got a little chip in it from when it dropped, so I have to make sure I position it so it's always somewhere in the sky where I can move it out.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want it to be on a rock or something. Yeah. Well, cool. Excellent. Anyway, Jen,
So
you've been-
why 11 minutes as opposed to a 2-minute?
The 2-minute, I wouldn't have gotten any burn at all because it hadn't even started yet.
Okay, so the burn happened in the middle of the exposure.
Correct. And
Okay.
I just let it go for 11 just to see if I could get enough color.
There you
But
go.
actually, 2 minutes, it would have been extremely dark. There's not a lot of light going on here, even though you can see a lot of light.
Mhm.
After this one, this 30-second one,
Yeah.
the one before that,
Yeah. This one. Yeah.
the sun's still up.
Yeah.
So I could do a 30-second, and I had enough brightness on the rocks and everything else. But once that sun goes down after that, it was pretty much dark.
It goes fast. Yeah.
So 2 minutes would have been too dark, or would have been too dark an exposure as well. So at the very minimum, I had to do at least a 7.5, 8-minute exposure just to get any sort of light on the rocks, which I don't mind underexposing in the shadows because the 750 is still, I mean, you can bring up the shadows and not really have a lot of noise in it. So
Yeah.
it's really nice in that respect. But then I started to see the colors come out.
Mhm.
So I just let it run to about 11 minutes. And
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah. Well, you got a nice result there. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The colors are fantastic. Yeah. Very nice.
you also noticed that it went from being, it wasn't really high tide, but the high tide must have been going out because there's a lot more rocks in this one here.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
it wasn't even that long between the time frames and the tide. I didn't even notice it until after I took the
yeah.
shot.
So like this rock here is this rock.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yep.
Wow. So this rock was
Wow.
completely underwater. Yeah.
Yep. And I had moved back. About 2 feet because I wanted more of the other rock,
Mhm.
just in case because I wanted like a lead in as a zigzag kind of thing.
Okay. This one. Yeah.
Yeah, I ultimately cropped it back out though.
Yeah.
So, but I'm about 2 feet back,
Okay.
and that's why the angle looks a little different. But yeah, but I just noticed it's like, wow, there's a lot more of that rock in there. When I was doing it, it's like, oh, tide was going out quicker than I thought it was.
Yeah, good foot or more.
A lot
Yeah,
happens. A lot happens in 11 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, no kidding.
Some of these places you have to watch out because it's subtle. Usually it's slow, but sometimes when the tide is coming back in and you're out on a little isolated little island, and all of a sudden, oh crap!
You find you're more isolated than you thought you were.
Yeah, I'm gonna get wet today.
Yeah. Well, good. So you've been getting out just about every week still, right? I mean, seems like you've been pretty regular on getting out and getting
More or
stuff.
less. Even when I don't take any photographs, I just get out. We'll either go walking. There's a wooded area down the street that we go walking in.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Saturday, I've been doing some experimentation with intentional camera movement. So we'll see. I have to weed through a ton of those photographs to see if I got anything worth publishing. But
Okay.
Yeah, that's the truth. You got to shoot so many just to get one.
Yeah. But if it comes out, it ends up being pretty cool. So it's,
Yeah.
it's a matter of, but that's kind of that. That's just cross your fingers and hope something comes out. Yeah. Very nice.
Now, when you're doing those swipes, you're probably intentionally looking for something that is either vertical or horizontal in lines like a growth of trees or something of that nature?
Yes. Yeah. Either that or a way that the light is streaming through. Maybe if you get it a certain way, it looks, you think in your head that it'll look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So see, you look for stuff like that.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Any other ones that you were particularly wanted to comment on that you've taken in the last month or two?
No, not really. Any that you guys want to comment on?
I don't know. I was going to take a look back through and see. These ones of this watchtower are pretty cool. The little castle tower.
Yeah, that was an hour of like almost a 4-mile walk in the dark.
Oh wow!
Let me tell you, it's I'm in the woods in the dark a lot, but it was kind of creepy this day because there were some deer in the wood.
Oh, okay.
And I had my headlamp on. And usually I shoo them away and they go away. These 3 deer would not move. They were just looking at me and I'm looking at them. But I couldn't. All you saw was just the reflection of their eyes. You couldn't actually see the deer.
Yeah.
So it was a little creepy walking up there.
Yeah.
Where was this taken?
Meriden, Connecticut. It's on top of a observation hill, like on the top of a park.
I would never have guessed that type of a rook or that kind of a structure would be in that part of the world.
Yeah, we have a couple of them. There's another one up in Norfolk, Connecticut, which it's on the top of the hill, and you can see like 3 different states from up top there.
Wow! I mean, if you told me this was Scotland, I would believe you.
It's not old enough, I don't think.
No, probably not.
We looked it up. I think this was maybe like 100 years old or something like that. Yeah, seems like it was built maybe around the turn of the century. I think you were saying somewhere.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, you had to walk from down here up to the Outlook. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, for like most of it, it's a pretty easy walk until you get to that last mile. It's all uphill. So there are some trails to get up there, which might be better, but I haven't been on those trails in a long time, and I wasn't about to have the EMS come out and get me for like a broken leg or something. So I just took the car walk around, which is much longer.
Where's your sense of adventure? Okay.
Don't be a wuss.
I was looking through. Which ones was it?
Yeah, but I've been taking some birds and some other stuff that's normally or different times of the day. You know,
you got some of the red-bellied woodpecker here, which was very nice.
That was right in the front yard, actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice using that.
Didn't really have to go far for these.
Yeah. Go out the door and take a look. Yeah, those are good shots. Yeah, so you've been kind of expanding a little bit, doing some of the wildlife photography when you got the opportunity.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from some of the parks. Some of them were actually during the lockdown, they weren't really closed, but not many people were out. Mm-hmm. But now that they've kind of reopened the state, now certain places, I went to a place where the waterfalls are. I wanted to see where the levels were, and that place is closed off for good. Supposedly. It was closed for a while because I guess they've had accidents there in the past, so they put in some railings and I guess some steps. So I wanted to go see how bad it was photographically, with all of a sudden all natural to having railings in it and where the railings were. And now it's closed off for good because of COVID-19. They don't want anybody because they know that's where the first people, like some of these popular places, are going to go. So they basically closed some of these places.
Yeah. When people get the opportunity to get out, they want to go to everybody wants to go to the same few places typically. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Yeah, you've been doing some good stuff. Appreciate you posting them to the group. You are definitely consistent and putting out some good stuff. So it is fantastic. Now,
how's this StreamYard working out for you? I don't think I've been on since the last time we used Google Hangouts.
I really like it. It's doing. Yeah, I think when did we switch over? Maybe October, something like that. October, November. Yeah, it's worked. I think it's worked really well. Seems to be, we're not really getting too many, I don't think any real glitches. Things seem to work pretty good. They've added, we used to only be able to do 4 people, I think. So I think they've added the ability to put a couple more people on. This is still free. They have a pay level for if you want to be able to stream to more than one platform. So if we wanted to do like YouTube and Facebook, you've got to sign up for a paid plan.
So the max you can have on is 6 right now.
Yeah, 6, and it used to be 4. So they did increase it by 2 people, I think, a few months ago. So it's yeah, and they've added some some features. It seems like the quality is better. It seems like there's less lag now overall. So they've probably gotten a little bit better, servers, whatever. So I'm hoping, obviously they've got to have enough paid customers to make the free viable. So
Yep.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully that works. But yeah, a lot of people have switched. I don't know why YouTube got, or why Google got rid of it, but.
Well, something was interesting because I'm still in our local camera club, and we don't meet together anymore, but we've been doing it virtually, and we use something called Global Meet.
Okay.
And
Microsoft product? Is that Microsoft?
No, I don't know what program this is. Microsoft's is Microsoft Teams.
Okay. All right.
But we were looking at some stuff, and all of a sudden I noticed that Google Hangouts was actually still there. They call it something else, though.
Yeah, they call it Google Meet now.
It's like, oh, we're going to get rid of it. But no, we're not going to get rid of it. It's like they made all you guys jump ship, and then they're going to keep it.
Yeah,
so.
It's not quite the same. It's similar. I mean, I use it for business stuff now sometimes because people have gotten a little skittish with Zoom because of some of the privacy stuff they've had issues with the last couple months. So a couple clients that want to use Google, and that works fine too. But yeah, it's been interesting. All these video streaming services have gotten a lot of use in the last few months. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Sounds like a party's going on.
Yeah, lots of memes of people not having quite the protocol they thought they were having on Zoom and other virtual platforms. But yeah, it's been interesting. Kind of a hectic few months, but I'm glad to hear everything's going good for you. And
yeah, you guys look like you're still active. Wes is still shooting his with his long lens. Yeah.
Wes and Dennis and James, Joe and I and Frank have we just comment on other people's images at this point. But yeah, I've been trying to get out and use the large format, which hasn't been real successful. So I'm hoping I can do a little bit of that here this summer. But yeah, Wes has been getting out and doing a fair amount of stuff, and Dennis.
Most places around here are still open, so I can go out and do what I do.
Yeah.
You have really got to want to shoot with that large format. You have really have to.
Yeah, it takes planning and a lot of free time. I enjoy it, but it's you have to really plan for it. And I was kind of in the groove of doing it on a regular basis, and I got out of it just due to work and stuff. And time just goes by so fast now. It's just crazy. So
I can't see doing it. My philosophy has changed. I try not to plan as much now.
Yeah.
Like I'll have a something in my head, maybe a rough idea of what I want, but I don't go out there. I just kind of get to a location and just kind of feel it out and see what hits me.
Okay. Yeah. So just kind of going by feel, get a general area where you want to be in, and that's it.
Yeah, because a lot of times before when I was planning stuff and I had all this stuff in my head and I get there and it wasn't meeting what I wanted, and then I'd get frustrated and so I just reversed that now.
Yeah. Well, you're probably finding. Are you finding more opportunities now that you're going into it with a little more free form?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do, and then when I get there, I have to actually just kind of look and see, and just take my time and see what actually calls out to my eye or whatever I'm feeling at the moment, and then I just go with that.
Okay. Yeah.
And usually it works out. In fact, it works out better than it was before when I was planning stuff a lot stricter.
Okay. Yeah. No, I could see that. Yeah. There's definitely there's a balance between trying to plan everything out and then just kind of being able to take advantage of the moment, whatever it is.
Yep.
And,
It really depends on what you're doing.
Yeah. It depends on what you're doing, and you're familiar with the areas you shoot. It's because you've revisited a lot of these areas over the last few years.
Yep.
So you kind of know generally probably what things are like, different seasons and time of the year. So I mean that you don't have to do near as much research probably or planning as you used to. Even if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to do as much now because you're just more aware of what the lay of the land is, so to speak.
Like if I was more into astrophotography, that you have to plan for. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Yeah.
Stars are going to be in a certain spot where you want it. That you have to plan for that.
Yeah.
But the stuff that I do, it's like, it just rained, storms look a little way. I think certain conditions are going to work out, so I just go out to a location.
Yeah. Go somewhere where you're familiar and hope that you catch things in a way that makes sense. Yeah. Good. Yeah. That's what. Well, the important thing is you enjoy doing it. I mean, and that's the whole point of doing this. Now, are you doing anything as far as image sales? Are you getting image sales? I know you had some stuff on your site. Are you promoting that at all? Are you doing any type of?
Oh yeah, that trickles in, but I'm not doing anything, actively. I still have the regular 9 to 5, so that's bringing in the bulk of the revenue.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, whatever.
And I'll probably have to start thinking about that in a few years.
Okay.
I'm getting,
Yeah.
getting around that time where it's
No. I mean,
the 9 to 5 is getting a little long in the tooth.
Right. Yeah. Hey, you don't want to. Yeah, you can plan and transition a little bit between working full time and maybe split up more time between other fun stuff. So yeah. None of us is getting any younger. That's for sure.
But then once it starts becoming not fun stuff, then it becomes more serious.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, do I really want to do that?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun after that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Especially when you start working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Being doing for hire work.
Yeah. That's where you. Well, it's like anything. Anytime whatever somebody's passionate about, when they try to make it into a lot of times when they try to make it into a career or a profession, they find that they just don't enjoy it as much anymore because of all the other demands that come with trying to pay the bills by doing it or meet
a lot more stress.
Yeah, meet other people's criteria, or meet other people's expectations rather than just doing it because you enjoy doing it. Yeah.
They did it for a stress release, and now they're doing it, and it's a lot of stress. And
it's the exact opposite effect on your body. You do it, you feel relaxed when you get done. Now you're doing it and getting stressed. So trying to balance that out is always
I'm surprised nobody else has any like corona facial hair or long hair. What's going on?
I just had my hair cut yesterday. I got fed up.
I noticed you did. I just took number 13 clipper right front to back, left to right, and that takes care of it. So
I know you're using a flowy mark. I know it.
I do have to go see a professional at some point, but
stick my head in the
my wife, she goes, you got to go back and have him fix that up because it looks okay, but you need professional help. I was like, well, in all aspects of my life, I need professional help, but Now, Dennis doesn't have to worry too much about it.
No, that's, it's going. There we go.
Figured Dennis would have like a long beard and smoking a pipe.
This is what you call a long service medal.
Yeah. I don't have the long beard, but I do have the pipe. So
Frank's got the pipe. Yes.
Yeah, Frank's got the pipe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad that you're doing well. It's been too long. You need to pop in more often.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah. Sundays, I think I can rearrange where I can pop on a little bit more now.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Always welcome. So yeah, whenever you feel the have the time and want to join in, please do, because you keep posting. Even if you don't show up, keep posting images, because you're doing great. You do great work. It's gives us all something to shoot for.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I've got to end this. We're coming. 8:00. So great show, guys. I appreciate everybody showing up. I think we're good next week, all the way
Nice
through.
seeing everyone, by the way.
Yeah. Very good seeing you, man. And we should be here, I think, all the way through summer. I'm not traveling anywhere for a while, so.
True. No one's going anywhere.
Kind of doing the stay-at-home thing for another month or so at least. We had some trips planned, but that kind of got put on the sideline until later in the summer at least. So we are here and doing it. Yeah, so we should be good to go for the next few weeks at least. So appreciate everybody showing up as usual. Everybody stay safe and keep putting out those photos, especially you, Simi. Keep doing that and pop in whenever. It's great to see you. Les, James, Frank, always a pleasure. And Joe, thank you for joining in earlier. You have a great week.
See ya.
Take care. See ya.
See you guys.
Bye now. Talk to you
bye.
guys.
See you next week, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
I'll give you a call in a